Hello, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of notable people in Greenville County, South Carolina. My guest today is Condy Richardson, pastor at Fountain Inn First Baptist Church. Thanks for being here, Pastor.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
If you would please begin by telling our viewers something about yourself, such as education, how long in the ministry, etc.
Sure. I'm a South Carolinian. I've been in South Carolina most of my life. I grew up in the lower part of the state in Sumter, South Carolina, and went on to military college in Charleston, graduated from the Citadel, and actually went to work as a civil engineer in the Columbia area for several years. And in 1999, made the decision to move from engineering to ministry, moved to Fort Worth, Texas, attended Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary, and I have been in vocational ministry since 1999, almost 25 years working in churches.
You must have started very young.
I'm older than I look.
What is the size of your congregation?
Most Sunday mornings we'll have between 350 and 400 people in the sanctuary or down the hallway where children are doing their thing, so on campus.
And for those who may not know, where are you located?
We are at 206 North Weston Street. We are downtown Fountain Inn, across the street from the fire department, police department, right downtown.
Yeah, you're only about 5 minutes from us.
Sure.
And we've enjoyed going there. Tell us about your ministry for children and your weekday preschool ministry.
Sure. We have so much going on with children at Fountain Inn First Baptist Church. We have a weekday preschool, and the weekday preschool is led by a lady named Laura Lyle. Has been in existence for decades. I constantly meet young people in their 20s and 30s who say, I grew up going to your weekday preschool. But that's runs with a school year, Monday through Friday. It's a short day, about 8:30 to noon. And we have wonderful teachers, Christian instruction, but those children are learning a lot. And we take applications throughout the year, about 60 children in our weekday preschool.
How about the Kids City Zone?
Yeah, sure. So Kid City is something we offer during our worship service on Sunday mornings. And we love having children in the worship service. We think it's important for them to be there. But we learn there's a certain age, there's a cutoff by which it's good maybe to offer them a way that they can learn at their own speed. So there's a point in the service after we sing together and do some things like that the children are invited to leave the sanctuary and go to another part of the building, and they receive instruction at their own pace, at their own speed. And there's a curriculum we use, and we're teaching those children Bible stories and Bible verses. We also have Bible studies before the worship service. Doug and Cindy Blake teach a children's class, and seems like there's something for children almost every day of the week around there.
How about Baptism Sunday?
Right. So this Sunday is actually a Baptism Sunday by chance. And Baptism Sunday is an opportunity, if you're feeling led, if you're feeling called by the Lord to obediently follow Him in believer's baptism, that's your opportunity to do it. What we love to do, for lack of a better name, we call it a baptism interview. I think that's probably a terrible name. But one of the pastors likes to meet with those that are candidates that want to be considered for baptism. And on that Sunday, we have a time of baptism. Sometimes it's a few people, sometimes it's many people. But we think baptism is an important next step.
How often does that occur?
Baptism Sunday is something we probably in 2023, I would say we did that 4 or 5 times. But the truth of it is, we would perform a baptism any Sunday. Yeah. Any Sunday. If you came to me on a Monday and said, Pastor, I just really feel like it's time for me to be baptized, whether there's a baptism Sunday coming up or not, we would fill the pool and schedule that. And it's no trouble beyond filling that pool, it's no trouble for us.
And what is the difference between immersion at a Baptist church compared to another denomination?
Right. Yeah. How much time do we have? 2 or 3 hours? Yeah, great question.
I think one is total immersion and one is partial.
Sure. Something a lot of people in my church don't know about me is part of my childhood I spent in the Methodist church. And I have a vivid memory of being a small child and going to the front of the church with other children and being sprinkled. We call it I guess, right, there is full immersion and partial immersion, but we also talk about sprinkling. And I was actually sprinkled in the Methodist church. Later on in life, we were at a church that was more Baptistic, and we were immersed. I was fully immersed at that church. We believe in Baptist churches that full immersion is probably the most correct way, in the sense that we believe, according to the Greek in the New Testament, that Christ was probably fully immersed. At the same time, we believe that baptism is a symbolic act. So this is the joke I make with my friends that are Presbyterian and Methodist and Lutheran or Episcopal, is we believe in baptism by immersion, but I'm not going to get in a fight with you in the parking lot about it. So that's how I describe it.
And your church has quarterly town hall meetings. What's that about?
Right. We do those meetings. Several years ago, we started doing those meetings to keep the church and those that are part of the community abreast of what's happening in the church. These are not business meetings. We've all heard horror stories of business meetings in churches, or meetings that have gotten out of control. And this is not a business meeting. We aren't called into session. This is not a situation where Robert's Rules of Orders are followed. We don't make motions. We don't second motions. We don't vote on them in those town hall meetings. It's purely a way for us to talk about things that are coming up. Usually I look back, I talk about the last quarter, and I look forward to the next quarter. And
when is the next one, by the way?
The next town hall meeting is not today, but next Wednesday. That would be the 8th, November the 8th. That town hall meeting is at 6:30. Usually from 5:30 to 6:30, we eat a meal together, and we're having Chick-fil-A brought in. So 5:30 to 6:30 that, and then 6:30 to about 7:15, 7:30, November the 8th, we'll do our quarterly town hall meeting.
All right, and then you have a connections class. Is that a Bible study type
Sure.
class? Yeah.
Not exactly. Well, you know, in a way, but not exactly. That there is some Bible study that happens in there. But the connections class is something we also do 4 or 5 times a year. It's a 2-week class that I teach. Our deacons serve a big. One of the best things our deacons do. I love those men. They serve a big breakfast, and for about an hour or so, I teach about the mission, vision, and values of Fountain Inn First Baptist Church. I want the people of the community to know what we're all about in that class.
Then, of course, let me not forget that there is Operation Christmas Child Collection Day.
Right.
That should be coming up soon, right?
Right. Operation Christmas Child is something that's so popular. So many people know about Operation Christmas Child, and so many churches do it. Samaritan's Purse is the organization that runs Operation Christmas Child. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the shoe boxes, friends. It's those shoe boxes, and we fill those shoe boxes with goodies or educational things or pencils or erasers or bouncy balls. And Samaritan's Purse sends those shoe boxes. They literally go all over the world. And we saw a testimony last week in our worship service of a grown man who had received a box as a child, and it impacted him.
And that's coming up soon.
Coming up soon.
All right. The clock is coming at us, so I want to just ask you, is there anything else you'd like to add before we close?
Sure. Now, first off, I appreciate the opportunity to share about my church. I love talking about Fountain Inn First Baptist Church, and I've been here since 2014. Moved here from the lower part of the state, and we found a home in Fountain Inn. I have friends from my hometown that will sometimes say, when are you coming back? When are you moving back? And I've begun to say, well, probably never. We like it. We like it where we are. But this is just the best community in the world. And at that church on the corner, I think we found the best people of that community. So.
And the website for your church is?
Right, www.fifbc.org.
And that is on the written portion of this. Pastor Richardson, I want to thank you for being here. And Ed and I look forward to more of your inspirational sermons. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.